Okay. Thank you. I'd like to call to order the Town of Dudley Planning Board meeting for Wednesday, February 10th, 2016. Present is Marcia Wagner, Clerk of the Board. And we have Chris Ryan with us from Central Mass Regional Planning as our interim town planner, and myself, Guy Horn. Due to the fact that we don't have a quorum tonight, we will just be able to do some of the business on the agenda, and the other ones will wait till next week. Item A is approval of minutes. We'll have to pass on that till next week. Item B, we have Lyons Estates subdivision. I see Mr. Haynes is here, if you could come up.
Thank you, Mr. Horn. Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
I guess the last time I was here was an informational session to let you know that I had purchased the land back. I was asked by yourself, the board, to provide a copy of the deed. I provided the deed for the lots that I purchased, and also my other deed that I had owned, lot 9, so I own all 18 of them.
Okay.
I also provided copies of the municipal liens to let you know that all the taxes were paid.
All right.
So that's here.
Okay.
And I think we had talked about the covenant the last time, and what I was going to receive from you at this meeting was the addition to the covenant that you voted on to phase the road.
Yep.
Just to get that copy, because I do need to bring that to Town Hall.
Yeah, so we have that for you here tonight, and we already voted on extending this covenant. So the covenant will be extended till December 31st, 2018, and there's a note on here that says further the subdivision may be phased at the developer's discretion.
Okay.
So myself and Marcia have signed it tonight. As soon as I'll talk to the other 3 members and see if one of them could come in. I know one of them lives very close, so maybe possibly tomorrow he could come in and sign it.
Okay.
And then it just needs to get notarized, right?
Yep.
And after that's done, you said we're still looking for the 21-day appeal process?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, for Farley.
Oh, that was from, okay, that wasn't for this, I'm sorry. Yeah, there was no appeal in this because it was already a pre-existing subdivision and approved. So this will, yeah, then once we get the 3rd signature and it gets notarized, we can give you a copy of it. And you can take it to the registry of deeds and get it filed.
Sure, great.
All right. And if we could get that folder from you, if you could hand it to Mr. Ryan, that would be great.
How you doing? We spoke on Dave. Pleasure to meet you.
You too?
Yeah.
My next time here will be next Tuesday, so you may be able to pick it up then.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Haynes.
Okay.
What I'll do, Mr. Chairman, is I will put this out on the counter inside the window so that if anybody does come in and sign, it'll be sitting right there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and then we have no public hearing tonight, and item C is planner's plate. So if you wouldn't mind going through that, Mr. Ryan?
Okay. Basically, the bullet points at the top of the memo are some of the activities that Dominique and myself have done between the last couple of meetings, continuing to organize and clean the planning office, taking care of the research of the Patriot gas situation. We're continuing work on the procedures manual. We solved the email problem with IT, obviously prepared for this meeting, done some customer service, and then it says here, retrieve the Farley Road decision and non-appeal form. I assumed that I was able to do that, but again, the town clerk was not available at that time, so we'll certainly follow up on that.
Okay.
The next section just sort of summarizes the Patriot gas research. It just shows basically that we have come up with all of the different bills and invoices and payments that have been made. We collected $44.56.95 from Patriot Gas and have been billed by Graves to date for the project for $43.12.95, a difference of $144. Basically, what I obviously have put down here is a little bit out of date based on the decision of your conversation with Graves. But essentially, now we're going to have everything all paid off except what's new. And so the only thing new is the college.
Yeah, Nichols College parking lot
Exactly.
review. Yeah.
So obviously what you had suggested and what I agree with is that, working with the accounting office and the treasurer to come up with a system that prevents this kind of thing from happening.
Yeah, we don't want to repeat the past mistakes.
Right. Next item was document protection. I note that there are plastic covers in the office And I just wanted to get confirmed that that's a system that you guys are comfortable with.
Not for the future. Our hope is that everything gets filed back away in the filing cabinets so that we can have it, you know, in a proper place,
Okay.
easily accessible. And should, you know, the fire sprinklers go off or something like that, we don't have a loss of documents.
Right. So what I'll have Dominique do in the next upcoming weeks is to push pretty hard to get a lot of that open paper in the cabinets and in proper places.
Yep.
And then the last item is just, as we talked about, seeking clarification of the board need for CMRP services beyond 3/23/16. It looks like the board wishes to extend a second time. Not sure it'll be me, but we'll see about that. It may be Eric again, so we'll do what we can to get, obviously, somebody that'll be just as good as hopefully you've had so far. I have spoken to the town administrator. The updated job description is provided for you, and Greg thought that he would find it useful to be able to kind of review this before your meeting with them on the 29th.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have it in your packet.
And he got a copy of this also?
Greg?
Greg got a copy of this?
Oh, he's provided it to me.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is it, unless you have any questions.
No, I would just like to say that what I spoke about earlier this evening is I have talked to consultant town engineer Graves, and we have worked out a solution to the past due bills, so everything will be up to date after the vouchers that Marcia and I signed tonight. That'll basically bring the town of Dudley back to where it needs to be with our subcontract engineer, which is a good thing. And what you just described about putting the new process in place so we don't have this problem happen again, that would be great. And on I think it's the 29th of February, I will be going back before the Board of Selectmen with some proposals for the future employee to the planning board and the planning office, whether it be a full-time person in the capacity of a engineer / planner / economic development person, or if it would be a planner / economic development person that would be a full-time employee but shared possibly between ourselves and the town of Oxford. I still have to talk to them about that proposal. And then the third proposal would be just that we would hire a part-time for the town of Dudley, a part-time planner / economic development person. So basically 3 proposals to make at the Board of Selectmen's meeting coming up at the end of the month. Get their input, and then hopefully once we have their input, probably I'm hoping by the first or second week of March, then we can start to advertise. You know, we have the job description kind of nailed down, I think, unless we go with the engineer. If we had the engineer, and then we'd have to come up with a new job description, but we could probably ask our friends in Webster for some help with that. So, you know, they probably already did it.
Yes, they did.
So, okay. You have anything, Marcia?
No, not
Okay.
tonight.
All right. So unless you have anything else?
No, I enjoy working with you folks.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. So moved. Thank you very much. Have a good night.